Greetings and welcome to the real Monster D. That would be me. Yes. Are you in the mood for a monstrous movie marathon? Well, do I ever have a trio for you? Yes. I have 3 sea monster movies that make up a sort of a loose trilogy with an interesting conduit between them. Yes. All 3 of these movies are directed by Eugene Laurie. Yes, indeed. So let us take a trip through sea monster history. In 1951, we had The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. Yes. This is the film that directly inspired Godzilla himself. Yes. So this, in a way, kicked off a sort of a subgenre of monster movies right here. And the effects for this were done by the master of stop-motion animation, Ray Harryhausen. Yes, this movie is a spectacle to behold. A classic. It started so many tropes that we followed all throughout the rest of history in movie making with monsters. Yes. Next, we go to The Giant Behemoth in 1959. This movie, also directed by Laurie, could be described as sort of a lower budget remake of Beast in a certain sense. However, there are some differences. For the giant creature here, greater emphasizes its sort of radioactive backgrounds with some rather strange powers. Also, this one is brought to life by Ray Harryhausen's mentor, Willis O'Brien. That is right, the creator of King Kong himself. Yes, indeed. And last, but not necessarily least, is Gorgo, the Terror of London Town. Yes, this movie, while sharing similarities with the other 2, is probably the most strikingly different out of this whole trilogy, in that it is about a sort of a parental drama. You see, the title character, Gorgo, is actually a baby of its species, and the city rampaging is done by its mama, Algra. Yes. So there is this sort of extra level of sympathy led to the monsters as they sort of try to rekindle their family. Yes, indeed. And it's interesting, this movie does not employ stop motion, but rather it does suitmation, just like Godzilla and his Toho brethren. Yes, indeed. But that's not necessarily a full step down, for when this was made, the miniature effects actually received critical acclaim as being quite well done. So it's interesting, and it probably does overall have the better story between the 3. But yeah, I still would say that The Beast is probably the top out of all these. Just, again, that sheer creature design and just starting an entire wave of movies. But Gorgo definitely gives it a run for its money, with Behemoth definitely belonging somewhere kind of in between, but probably the lesser of the 3. But still, all worth a watch, and still all would make a great sea monster movie trilogy. See, these movies are proof that progress and development is not always linear. They each have their own special traits and unique intrigue. So, don't get all wet being caught without these 3 films for your monster collection. Hey kids, looking for giant, monstrous fun? Sign up for Kaiju Kids drawing classes. Each class is 4 sessions long, targets both basics in art and science, and fits around your schedule. Kaiju Kids is both education and entertainment for ages 6 through 12. Sign your Kaiju Kid up today. Also, join my Monster Fans Club for exclusive deals, activities, and sneak previews. Judas Priest is a band well known for their fast, fierce, screaming songs. And yet, at least one time, they delve deep into gloomy, trudging doom in a big way. The album was Angel of Retribution, which I lovingly like to refer to as their Ghost Rider concept album. I mean, think about it. With songs like Deal with the Devil, Wheels of Fire, Hell Rider, the whole thing fits perfectly with the spirit of vengeance. Except for one major hitch. The song Loch Ness. Yes, of course. This song refers to the legendary, the cryptic Loch Ness Monster. At 13 minutes and 28 seconds, the song slowly rises from the murky deep to claim its throne of doomy perfection. Yes, but as much as it is about the monster, it is equally about the loch itself and how powerful it is to be able to keep its secrets away from prying eyes and cameras. Among the highlights of this song are the way it opens. It has a slow, atmospheric, soft intro, and it goes into this crazy, screeching, squealing, scratching guitar. The first time or two I heard it, it took me a little bit to realize what was going on. But the guitarist, and I'm not sure if it was KK or Glenn who did this, actually went out of his way to mimic the sound of bagpipes with the guitar, leaning heavily into the Scottish theme of this song. Beyond that, if you listen very, very carefully to the way Rob Halford enunciates his lyrics in here, he gives us this very slight sort of Scottish accent while he is singing. This song is a perfect theme to any great monster, not just the Loch Ness, but any massive sea monster, be it the beast from 20,000 Fathoms all the way up to Godzilla. For this song has such a kaiju-sized level of majesty. And now that I think about it, perhaps the song does not dash the idea of a Ghost Rider theme after all. I mean, I do not know about you, but I know I love the idea of the spirit of vengeance riding atop a flaming plesiosaur. In a monstrous mood for adult art fun, go to therealmonsterd.com for Atomic Adults. Choose your Zoom class type, date, and time. Atomic Adults is great for ages 18 and up, perfect for special clubs, bridal parties, other occasions, or just to get together with great distant friends and family. Reserve your Atomic Adult spot at therealmonsterd.com today. Also, sign up for my newsletter for exclusive specials and offers. Hello, monster fans! Welcome to the drawing challenge. I hope you are not seasick yet, for I am going to draw, as my challenge today, a sea monster. Let us see if I can have something rise from the depths in 5 minutes or less, okay? Let me begin. There we go. And start. I'm going to start with some waves, some waves, some waves. It's okay to be a little bit expressionistic with your water there. I'm not going exactly for realism today. Going for something fantastic. All right, so we have waves. I'm going to do some more distant waves there to create that sense of depth. And then we're going to go right into a water splash. I'm going to have this creature sort of jetting out of the water with a big splash on the way. See that?
Here we go. How does that look? Add some effects on the water to make it look a little ripply. And then I'm going to start having that body rise. So whenever you think of sea monster, what do you envision? As soon as someone says the word sea monster, what is the very first thing that comes to your mind? There are so many interpretations of what a sea monster might look like. I mean, there's something like the Kraken. You can even consider Godzilla a sea monster, right? With all those boat attacks he has under his monstrous belt. I'm going to have the occasional sort of wetness coming off of this monster, letting you know that he has indeed just risen from the depths. But I think you already have an idea of just what kind of sea monster I'm going for here. It's flippers, a long neck, small head. And I'm going to have the other flipper coming out that way, or fin if you prefer. Who knows the difference between fins and flippers? Could be an interesting trivia question. So here we go. I'm going to start to darken the lines of the creature itself so that it stands out from the water around it a little bit more. Make it more prominent. Nothing wrong with messing up a little bit. I'll incorporate the mess into the image. There we go. There we go. There we go. How's that looking? Here we go. Of course, there are real-life sea monsters, so to speak, such as the giant squid and giant octopus. Then you have the horrors of the deep, such as anglerfish and other creatures that are not necessarily large, but no less monstrous, right? There we go. There we go. Keep going. There we go. I'm going to do some quick shading to kind of darken the skin. I always imagine this creature as having super dark skin, like onyx, such as described in the song. There we go. Make that shadowy figure stand out. Getting quite a bit of height there out of the waves, isn't it? Go back down here and detail the waves a little bit more. A little bit more. Even the waves can get a little bit darker sometimes, especially the ones in the foreground. Oh, and there we go. Well, do you see that? What do you think? Did I rise to the occasion? Oh, I hope you enjoyed my drawing challenge, just as I hope that you enjoyed the video entire. If you have, please do click that like button and toll that bell so you can be ready, willing, and salivating for the very next episode of The Real Monster D. Stay monstrous!